Hello there. Once again, this is Anton from Anton Will Bay, and today I thought I would just go through my massive pile of WWE divas, women's division, whatever you want to call them, the women's division. I generally don't prefer the term diva when you're talking about wrestling gals. I don't like that term. Women's division I think suits them much better, and we're just gonna see what I got here. To start off, we got Billie Kay. This is the Elite Billie Kay of the Iconics, which are, I believe, broken up. But that's sad because she's a hell of a figure. And we'll just grab Peyton Royce because this is also the Elite Peyton Royce. Right here at the bottom, we've got, I don't remember the series. I'm not going to remember the series on a lot of these, but this is, in my opinion, the best Alexa Bliss figure. Let's see. I don't remember the series, but it's Liv Morgan. I know it's the basic. Like I said, I don't remember the series. Ronda Rousey. This is an Elite Ronda Rousey. Got one of the basic Becky Lynches. I have a shit ton of Becky Lynch figures. My wife's a big fan of Becky Lynch. I always love the character. Just over here we have Zelena Vega, who is no longer with the company, which is sad, but she did get an action figure, so she's in my pile. Got Ruby Riot. This is her NXT gear, which I think was much cooler than her call-up gear. I just loved it. Big fan of the Riot Squad. Wish they'd have gotten treated better, booked better. This is Tamina Snuka. I really don't think the figure looks much like her, but it is still a good figure. It just doesn't really capture the character. Here's kind of an odd one. This is Cherry. If anyone remembers Cherry, she actually comes with roller skates. This is not from Mattel. This is a Jax specific. There's going to be kind of a mix in here because this is like literally every women's wrestler figure I could find in my collection. Oh, Bianca Bel-Air. Sorry, even though I know these characters, when you get this many in front of your face, it's really hard to just pop everyone's name off. But Bianca Belair, this is her basic. Melina, and I think this particular figure is bringing some pretty good dollar. Not exactly sure why. It's a good figure and all. It's just, it must be a variant paint that not a lot of people had. Oh, Sonia Deville? No, Deville is the girl that was with her. Mandy Rose. Sorry, like I said, it is a jumble when you look through like hundreds of different characters to just pop off with everyone's name, but this is Mandy Rose. This is the Elite Mandy Rose. Wasn't as big a fan of this. I think, I don't know, it just, something about it didn't translate to figure as well as probably some of them. Got an old China figure. This is from Jax Pacific. I have quite a few old China figures. Plus I got the new China figures, which I'm sure, you know, if you've watched any of my other videos, you've seen I've reviewed a few of these. And these are, some of these have been reviewed, some of them haven't. I just thought I'd put them all in one video for posterity. Bayley, this is the first Bayley figure that they ever made. There's actually a pretty cool documentary clip of them doing her face scan and how excited she was, and I just thought it was great. I thought that was a great Bayley figure. We got Elite Becky Lynch, the man version, Becky Lynch. Probably one of the better Becky Lynch figures. She came with a couple of faces. I really want to take one of them and just have like blood splurting all down of it. Not that I don't like Becky Lynch, but if you know the character. Anyway. We got Sonia Blaze. I don't think she got many figures. I'm sorry, Alundra Blaze. Sonya Blade. My brain today. But anyway, this is what they used to make them wear as a belt, and that's just lame. I can see why she threw it in the trash can. I make it a point to have every version of Sasha Banks that has ever come out. I'm a big Sasha Banks fan. Her in-ring work is fantastic. Her costumes and her design is always pretty awesome. And her husband makes most of them. So I thought that was cool. I'm drawing a blank on who this is. Tori Wilson? No. You know what? I'm drawing a total blank. Either way, this is a fantastic figure. I feel bad that I can't, like, off the top of my head, remember her name right now. It's one of those things. You'll have to just forgive me. Zombie Sasha, because, yeah, I have to have all Sasha Banks figures. Carmella, this is the variant brunette Carmella. Most Carmellas are blonde, and they make a brunette version of this. But I did have to like hunt down and order that one to get the brunette version. Another Sasha Banks, pretty unassuming costume, outfit. Doesn't have your typical flair that she has like rolling down her sleeve, but not a bad figure. Nikki Cross, this is when Nikki Cross was with that group whose name I suddenly can't remember. But this is the rougher version of Nikki Cross. This was the outfit she was wearing when me and my wife saw her at a live show in El Paso, and we were very pleased. We got to see her before she came up and got called up onto the regular show. Dana Brooke. This is the second Dana Brooke figure. This is just a basic. I think this is the second one. They made two. I was always a big fan of Dana Brooke. I wasn't a big fan of when her lips started to get like ridiculously big. But before that, I always thought she was an incredibly impressive presence on the show. Could always do backflips and stuff. Probably what most people would regard as the worst wrestler. But what are you going to do? This is an old Jax specific Natalia. Doesn't really look like her, does it? Sometimes Jax specifics really captured the likeness. Sometimes they didn't. I have a Jax specific Fabulous Moolah, which of course they're not going to make those anymore for scandalous reasons, but I've got one. Lana is the best. Lana number one. Well, not really, but it was a cool song to sing. I have several different Lanas in here and various different costumes. I do usually pick them up. Io Shirai, pretty sure the names I remember come up correctly, but elite figure. Brie Bella, this is the green 2-pack that they sold at Walmart ages ago, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the Bellas in any way, but I do grab them when I see them. This is an old Chyna. This is like the first series Chyna. And her legs don't move. Why they decided her legs didn't need to move, I don't know. But she just has like this. This is all she does. Didn't do her any favors with that figure. Got a Jax specific. Oh my gosh. Did I just forget her name? Oh, it's in my brain. Oh, shit. Oh God. Don't you hate that? Like, I know who this is. It's just totally, like, escaping my brain at the moment. Stratus Faction. Trish Stratus. I can't believe. I mean, she's like a pioneer. It was, like, on the tip of my tongue. Like I said, when you get 100 characters or 200 or whatever I have here, it gets very difficult to just pop off with everyone's name right off the top of the bat. This is an elite Sasha Banks. Probably one of my more favorite ones in the orange. This is an old basic Becky Lynch, but this is the basics back when they had the same articulation that the elites had, and she's got the steampunk thing going on back then. It was pretty cool. It was okay. Oh, what is your name? Oh, it's gonna totally escape me, and I've never even seen her on the show. I've never seen her wrestle. Just a figure that I picked up randomly. It's totally escaping my brain. If somebody knows her name off the top of their head, just fire that off in the comments. No, I'll apologize. Party Girl Stephanie McMahon. Yep, gotta have Party Girl Steph. This is the variant paint where they didn't paint panties on her. That's why they call her Party Girl Steph. But even that aside, it's the sculpting on this as a Jax specific. I think this was Jax specific. The face sculpt really captures her snotty little bitch attitude. I love it. I love that figure. Victoria, another wrestler. You know what? There's a gap in my wrestling history where I didn't watch, and this is when she was around. But I picked her up in a lot. I think I've got a couple of them. Another Sasha Banks. This is from the 2-pack with Alexa Bliss. Mae Young. This is a Jax specific Mae Young. They made her look kind of like crazy. She's got the crazy eyes going on there. But interesting because they have the same body mold as Victoria. They just pad this with like a thicker cloth to make her look, you know, thicker. This is an older Natalia. I don't think it looks at all like her. And I've noticed this with Natalia. Most of the figures do not look anything like Natalia, except for a couple of the newer ones. But another Stephanie McMahon. This is probably my favorite Stephanie McMahon. This is Milkamania Steph. I don't remember any of the series or numbers or anything like that, but I always thought it was a gorgeous figure. And before Steph was like a boss figure. Like this Steph, I'm not a big fan of this Steph. But still, what are you going to do? Got Miss Elizabeth. I am not a fan of this Miss Elizabeth figure. Something about it is just all wrong. The face is all wrong. This dress looks weird. It makes her shoulders look weird. It doesn't work. Something's wrong with it. Looks like a dude in drag. It just doesn't pull off the... Miss Elizabeth is beautiful. This figure is not beautiful. Doesn't work. No good. No idea who this is. Honestly. She is a Jax specific. I could tell you that. Like I said, if you know somebody's name and I don't, go for it. Or if I get the wrong name. It happens. This is a WrestleMania Steph. Or WrestleMania Becky Lynch. My bad. Even on the basics, you gotta love the paint job that they put on these things. Believe her name is Summer Rae. I think she only got one figure out of the whole time she was with the company. It's a basic, but it has elite articulation because this is back before they started cheapening up their figures. This is Maurice, or whatever the Miz's wife's name is. Miz and Maris. Not the best wrestling figure, but a damn good figure if you just want like a villainess. I always liked it. Got an old Sunny figure. This is an old figure. Not a great figure, but for some reason, they gave her leg joints, but they didn't allow her skirt to make them move. So I don't know what they were doing with some of these older figures, but they had different plans. I did throw Brandy in here. I know Brandy is not WWE, but she is if anyone I was going to call a diva, Brandy is a diva. Not the strongest wrestler in the ring at all. The figure likeness is not that great, but it is a good figure as far as the articulation. She has double jointed elbows, which I know everybody wants, but I'm not crazy about. But AEW, what are you going to do? This is an older Lita figure. She is missing her jeans. I think she had jeans. But a lot of these older figures, when you buy them used, they lose their pants at some point. Nikki Bella, in probably one of my favorite get-ups. This was a basic 2-pack, but she still had the elite articulation. She was a damn good figure. Just not a big fan of the person. Apparently, John Cena wasn't either. This is a different Melina figure. This one is stacked. But I have a couple of these in different variant colors. They're not as articulated as the Mattel stuff. They don't kick forward hardly at all. Not the best figures as far as design, but I do think that they captured her likeness quite well. Got another basic Becky Lynch. I think I got this in a 2-pack. And this face, I don't know what's going on with this face, but it is not what I think of when I think of Becky Lynch's face. We got a Charlotte. This is grumpy older Charlotte. I have quite a few Charlotte Flairs. I need to get some more. I need to get like an elite one with her robe. I don't have one with her robe, and that makes me sad. I don't know who this is. This might be another Natalia. I don't remember whoever had the jewel things on her head like that, but it looks like an outfit Natalia would wear. But the face, once again, doesn't look anything like her. If this is not Natalia, and you know who that is, just fire it off in the comments. I would know. Like to know. Oh my gosh, it's coming to me. It's the Glamazon. Let me think. Beth Phoenix. Sorry, it was there. It just wasn't there. Added several of these different. They made a lot of different variations on this top, and it's mostly paintwork, but there is a lot of different variations on that. I have found at least 3 that I didn't know about. This is the worst Carmella ever. Just this face, I don't even know how they scanned that. They did it wrong, because that does not look like Carmella at all. From the Riot Squad, I don't even know if she's with the company anymore. Sarah Logan. I think she only got this figure. She's the only one of the Riot Squad to just get a basic and not get an elite. So I don't think the company was very hot on her. I thought she worked great with the Riot Squad. I heard she got married and she's settled down with some Viking guy and they had a baby. You know, typical. No, that's like real. That's not even like wrestling. That's like she married a Viking guy. I think you were one of the first wrestling figures I ever bought. And even though I'm a big fan of yours, some reason your name is totally escaping me. I know there's probably somebody watching this video like ready to scream. Married to CM Punk, totally collects action figures. Why can't I think of your name right now? Don't know. I'm sure I'll come up with the next time I run across this figure, which will be in this pile because there's plenty of her. We've got another China. This is WrestleMania China. This is a good China. Glow Girl, as my wife calls her. Another Glow Girl. One of the better outfits she had. Horrifying zombie. Oh, Paige. Nia Jax. This is a basic Nia Jax. Not the best one they've ever done. But not a terrible disrespect to the character. Ugh. Another Carmella. I believe this is the first Carmella that they ever came out with. And that's why it's a basic, but it is on the elite body mold. Another Lana. I believe this is Lana's first action figure appearance. In the red, she was in a 2-pack with Rusev. Glow Girl, but she ain't glowing very much. Daphne. If you've ever watched much of obscure TNA stuff, there's some Daphne in there. Daphne ran around in the WWE for a while in the 90s, but not very long. She found more home at the indie circuit and places like ECW. Got ourselves a Bayley Elite. This is the evil Bayley, I think. This is probably one of the worst Lana figures ever made. Just look at this face. Look at the face. It's terrible. Terrible face. Got another, this is a basic Peyton Royce. This gal is Rocky's girlfriend from Rocky. It's a Jack specific. Or no, it's the Russian girl from Rocky. I think Rocky 5? I don't know, I never watched the Rocky movies. But basically made by Jack specific, so it's running on the same body mold as almost all the other figures. I know she's not a WWE character, but the similarity in design and the fact that she was built by the same company, I thought, where else would I throw her in? Another basic Sasha Banks, also in orange, but still a basic. Oh, hang out with Gold Dust. Terry Runnels. Terrible figure, but it does bear a striking resemblance to her. The first Asuka was Elite Asuka. I never understood this outfit where her toes were exposed. I thought that was odd. Basic Billie Kay, part of the 2-pack. Dean Ambrose's wife. Your name escapes me right this second, because all names are escaping me this second. Good at her job. Announcer. Not a good figure. Emma. I think she was called... Yeah. Well, I keep thinking it's because she was called Emma in WWE, but she was Tennille Dashwood everywhere else in the world after that. First Paige figure. This is a Elite Paige. Feel the glow. That's why my wife calls her Glow Girl. Becky Lynch. I say, hey, Ronda Rousey in what I think was her WrestleMania appearance gear, or maybe just her standard appearance gear. Not a terrible Alexa Bliss, but they did make a lot of them that were bad. Kairi Sane, little pirate chick, awesome figure. Basic Mandy Rose with the giant head syndrome and the small chest syndrome for Mandy Rose, but look at the size of her head. It's just way off. Got another Victoria. This is in the camo outfit. I think they made a couple variants, but I only have 2. So Vicki Guerrero, because of course she needed a figure. Ember Moon, the only one they've made, and probably the only one they will make. It's from her NXT appearance. It's not the best figure ever of her, but it's passable. I would like to see an updated version of it. One half of the Funkadactyls. I cannot remember this girl's name. Sensational Sherry. Pretty hard figure to get your hands on. I got a Riho in here. I know she's from AEW, and the likeness is kind of goofy, but still. It's a decent figure for what it is. It's too thick. She's very, very twiggy and skinny, but it's hard to make a figure that twiggy and skinny. Got another Nia Jax. This would be Elite Nia Jax. No, this is a basic Nia Jax, but it's just at the point where they were still making them with the Elite articulation. Got another Lana. This is the blue variant. Kelly, the lady with 2 first names. This is a basic. I don't remember the series number. I don't remember the series numbers. I don't do that. It's from her bestie's best friend when she teamed up with Trish Stratus. It's not the best version of her, but what are you going to do? At least it doesn't have the whale tail going on. I don't know who this is. No idea what this figure is. It's on the same body mold as a lot of the others, except the head is ginormous, and I do not know the character or the person. Oh, and what is your name? Why are these names escaping me today? Friends with Ronda Rousey, UFC fighter, beats the crap out of people. And some reason, it just escapes me. It's just like that. Like, it's not even in there. Elite Sasha Banks with her Eddie Guerrero outfit. Slightly older Natalia figure back when she had red hair, but I actually love this figure. So I think this is Ivory, but either way, this is a hideous figure. I know Ivory was not probably that gorgeous period, but that is an ugly ass figure. That is terrible. Another Sasha Banks bouncing up in there. This is villain Sasha Banks because she's got the blue hair. Elite Bayley, I can't remember. I think this is I know it's an NXT Bayley, but I don't remember what series or show. I also have no idea who this is. I have no idea who this character is, who this wrestler is. It's a weird figure. It is extremely bendable, much more than most of the others, but I have no idea who the person is. It could be Charlotte Flair. I have no idea. There is Charlotte Flair. This is younger Charlotte Flair. Before she, I think she was in a car accident and changed like how she looked, kind of. But this is before that. We've got Caitlyn, who I'm not terribly familiar with, but I did like the figure. Wendy Richter, one of the classic release figures, the tiny ass belt that they used to make. Trying to remember what line this was or what outfit this was, but it's one of the better versions of her, period. Raw Captain Alicia Fox. I know that was a stupid thing, but I kind of loved it. Another just basic Sasha Banks, but this one actually, oh no, this was from a 2-pack. This was with the Elite stuff, but she's not an Elite. This is a basic, and then she had the glasses with her too. Not most, most of them don't. Most of the basics don't get accessories, but very, 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 very rarely. This is Nikki Cross. They actually made her look tons better in this figure, which I appreciate. Lana in her, this is probably one of the better Lana figures that they've ever made. Just really looks great. What is it, Teagan Knox? Gosh, it's a blur to me now. But a great figure. This is China, but a terrible figure. It does resemble her, but just it doesn't have any articulation. Another bad China figure. Same head sculpt. Slightly different body mold, but these were not very good figures that Jax made of their females back in the day. I think this is probably the classic version of her with the whale tail in the back. One half of the beautiful people I am struggling to remember. There's Angelina Love and I cannot remember the other gal's name. But these, I think these were TNA Knockouts figures. They're really good. They got like an ab crunch and everything. They're very articulated and very good. And their face sculpts are quite good too, because they do really look like they're people. Daphne, another Daphne. She was of the same type of figure mold. She also has the ab crunch. Just a basic Brie Bella. Another Ronda Rousey. Another Ronda Rousey in her Roddy Piper shirt. There is probably the best Natalia. It really, really looks like her. They finally, and this is Elite Natalia, one of the more recent ones. Another Melina in the blue. I think this is, I do not remember. No, I do not remember this woman's name. I wasn't going to grab her until I could remember her name. It's AJ Lee. I don't know. It's my own initials. I don't know why I can't remember that. One of the reasons why I even started picking up wrestling figures was AJ Lee. So I do apologize for just the brain fart of totally forgetting her name in the midst of a video. Not the best AJ Lee figure. I have that in here somewhere. I think this is WrestleMania Bayley. I don't remember. Did Bayley wrestle in WrestleMania? I don't remember. This was in a 2-pack with Seth Rollins. It's another Becky Lynch. But it's a good one. Elite Ronda Rousey in her I'm happy and I'm not going to kill you jacket while she's getting ready to sign some stuff. Good figure. Got another Beth Phoenix. This one's a very recent one that I picked up, reviewed, I think. Another Paige. This is a basic Paige, but they do so much work on the paint that it's really a nice Paige figure. Molly Holly, I think, if I remember right. I just love this figure's hair. Another Stephanie McMahon. It's not a good Stephanie McMahon, but it is what it is. Is there a good Stephanie McMahon? I just did a video on you, and I unboxed you, and I have already forgotten your name, and I'm sorry about it, because you're a great figure with awesome hair. Alicia Fox, back when she used to dress like whatever this is. We've got Money in the Bank Carmella. Looks like her hat fell off somewhere in here. Anyway, probably one of the best Carmella figures that they've done. This is from the green 2-pack. This is Nikki Bella. First action figure of Alexa Bliss. She's an ugly little toad in this figure. And she's really not, but God, they really do portray like how pissy she looks. It's ridiculous. Another Asuka figure. This is a much better Asuka figure, except that mine in particular has a really wonky mid-torso thing there. Elite Sasha Banks. I think this is the Walgreens exclusive Elite Sasha Banks. This is the first basic Sasha Banks that they ever made. Probably one of their better ones. I still love this one a lot. Back when she was very villainous. This is the ugliest Alexa Bliss figure they've ever made. How they can make the most beautiful woman on their roster look that hideous, I don't know. This one's not bad. It's kind of mediocre. Other half of the Funkadactyls went on to become Glow Girl. There you go. I don't know what the whole deal with the Funkadactyls was, but it was there. It was a thing. It happened. Another great Natalia. I don't think I've ever actually seen her wrestle with this look, but it's a good looking figure. Another Trish Stratus. This is from her Bestie's Best bunch of crap, whatever. This is another Tamina Snuka. This one, my dog bit. When she was a puppy, she bit her face and messed her up. Otherwise, yeah, very sad. Sad times. Charlotte Flair, classic red. Rhea Ripley, which I'm seeing these things warming the pegs now for some reason. They shouldn't be. Ruby Riot, they added a ton more paintwork to the tattoos, so that's cool. Oh, and what is your name? I've already forgotten your name because you're kind of a forgettable character. Cool outfit, but I mean, great look. I remember he sucked. That's all I remember. Maya Yim. It's a very recent acquisition to the pile of figures. There would be the best AJ Lee, in my opinion. That's the best AJ Lee figure right there. You again. I got 3 of you. Why? I love this Charlotte Flair. It's just a basic, but they did paintwork on her face. It really, really bumps up the look to it. Luna Vachon, also terribly articulated, looks horrible, but that's kind of how she's supposed to look. Another one of the beautiful people, I believe this is Angelina Love. I cannot remember her partner's name in the ring, but was a good figure. It's another Beth Phoenix. You can see it's got different, it's exactly the same, it just has a different top painted on differently. So they could use that again. This Ms. Elizabeth figure I think came out much better. I like it a lot better than the first one. And somehow they fixed a lot of the issues with the shape and the design. Don't remember who this is. No, I can't remember who that is. I thought maybe it would come to me. It's not going to come to me. Brie Bella in the white goes with that Nikki Bella in the white. Oh, Mickey James. And I'm trying to think. I don't remember what period this was. There's Carmella's hat. Vicki Guerrero in street clothes. Not that she ever did anything anyway. Another Alicia Fox, wrestler who gets a lot of hate. But I actually have always enjoyed Alicia Fox's antics. A couple of different ones. One's a basic, one's an older basic, but that makes it better. Looks like I have 2 Rhea Ripleys. Wonder how that happened. Sonia Deville. I think this is the basic Sonia Deville. I don't think I have an elite Sonia Deville. This is Alexa Bliss in her Saudi Arabia or wherever that was outfit where they had to like cover themselves completely. It's kind of weird. This is Mary's dressed as Nikki Bella, which I thought was a great bunch of comedy. This is Sasha Banks in her Muslim-approved wrestling outfit. I can't remember what country that was, but Emma's first figure, back when she was doing the weird hand jive dance thing. It's got weird stuff on the legs, but that's how they made it. Red Bailey, which I think looks more villainous, but I don't think this was when she was actually a villain. Blonde and blue, Carmella, decent enough figure. This is probably the best of the Nia Jax figures. This is the Ultra Elite Nia Jax. She came with like 4 different heads for when she was a villain and when she wasn't. Not a fan of hers, but that was a great figure. This is probably the most expensive one in the whole pile. It's an Elite Liv Morgan. Very pricey thing that my wife, when she helped me set this up, buried at the bottom, apparently. It's okay. This is the first Dana Brooke. The other one would have been the second Dana Brooke. Another Bianca Belair. This is the Elite Bianca Belair, which I've reviewed fairly recently. Another goofy Bailey with her head making a funny face. As far as wrestling Stephanie McMahon's go, this figure is actually probably the best. And there is my Elite Trish Stratus, who I'm just going to leave stand there. If she can stand there, Trish. All right. That is my ridiculously deep, huge pile of WWE Women's Division, Diva action figures, AEW, whatever, TNA. Hope you liked it. I will catch you guys later. Bye.